Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you needed to write a formal letter? For example, requesting a salary increase from your manager, asking for leave, or even applying for a loan from a bank. You may have also sent an email to a large company or organization to request a meeting or propose a collaboration. All these situations have one thing in common. You cannot write however you like. A formal letter must follow a structure. It should begin with a greeting and an introduction, then present the main request, provide reasons and supporting documents, and finally offer a conclusion. If this structure is not followed, the letter will neither be taken seriously nor be effective. Now let us bring this idea into the world of science. Just like a formal letter, a scientific article cannot be without structure. Academic journals expect you to present your findings and research results in a specific format, one that has its own rules and is followed by researchers around the world. This structure ensures that your article is understandable, trustworthy, and ready for publication. Just as an administrative letter becomes ineffective without a proper structure, a scientific article will not be accepted if its structure is not followed. A scientific article is essentially a shared language, a language through which researchers communicate with the world and convey their knowledge to others. When we reach the main body of the article, all scientific papers share a common framework. This framework is made up of 4 main sections. First is the introduction, where the research topic is presented and the importance of the study is explained. Next are the methods, where the researcher describes exactly what was done and what tools or data were used. Then come the results, the section in which the findings and data are presented clearly and systematically, often accompanied by tables and charts. Finally, there is the discussion, where the meaning of the results is explained, their connection to previous research is examined, and their potential applications or new insights are highlighted. These 4 sections are the main pillars of a scientific article. Now, if we place the first letter of each word together, we get I for introduction, M for methods, R for results, A for and D for discussion. Together, they form the IMRaD structure: introduction, methods, results, and discussion. That is why in the research world, when people talk about the structure of a scientific paper, they refer to the IMRaD format. This name is simply a reminder to ensure we do not forget a scientific article must include these 4 essential sections. Regardless of your field of study, all scientific journals expect researchers to submit their findings in the IMRaD format so that the paper can enter the peer review process and eventually be published. However, a scientific article is not limited to these 4 main sections. It also includes other components, each of which plays an important role in the credibility and transparency of the paper. For example, references and citations show which studies your research is built upon, and author names and institutional affiliations indicate who contributed to the study and from where. The article type and the journal in which it is published, the keywords that improve searchability, and even sections that appear in some papers but not in others, such as specific sections in review articles, are all part of this structure. These are all elements we need to discuss in detail and learn how to read and write properly. The truth is that the IMRaD structure is almost the universal language of scientific articles. More than 95% of academic fields use this format, from engineering and medicine to cellular and molecular biology, management, and the humanities. The reason is simple. This structure functions like a shared map. Everyone knows where to begin, what to expect in the middle, and what should come at the end. Scientific journals also expect this exact order so they can review and publish articles more efficiently. But this does not mean that all fields use only this format. In about 5% of disciplines, other structures can also be found. For example, in history or cultural studies, the Chicago style is sometimes used. This format includes the title, abstract, introduction, main body, notes, conclusion, and bibliography. If you look closely, it is conceptually very similar to IMRaD. The arrangement and emphasis of the sections are simply adjusted to fit the needs of that field. In some areas of engineering and standardization, formats such as ASTM are common, which follow the same logic but differ in their details depending on the type of report. So although only a small percentage of fields use alternative formats, all of these formats ultimately share one common concept. A scientific article must have an introduction, explain the methods and data, present the results, and analyze them at the end. For this reason, in all our training programs, whether in scientific writing or scientific reading, we focus on the IMRaD format. This is the structure that almost all scientific journals expect from you, and it prepares you to enter the world of research. Finally, there is a very important point to remember. Only those who know how to read scientific articles can write them. One of the biggest problems in research education and scientific writing is that we are not taught how to read articles. Instead, we are pushed directly into writing. But the truth is that reading articles is the most essential step you must take in order to write one. What better training is there than reading a published article and reverse engineering its processes? There is no teacher better than the published articles themselves. For this reason, we do not begin directly with scientific writing courses. The goal is for you to truly become a researcher. If we start by learning only how to write articles, we turn into imitative researchers who know writing techniques but have not developed real research understanding. We want you, by the end of these programs, to become a researcher with a creative mind, someone capable of contributing to a better world, not merely someone with a resume full of publications. So welcome to the introductory course on reading scientific articles, where your mind will be prepared step by step to become a first-rate scientific researcher. Thank you for choosing our channel for your learning journey. This content has been prepared with considerable time and effort and is offered to you completely free of charge. So feel free to watch it and wait for the next episodes. You will not be directed to another course where you must pay to access the full content. Becoming a researcher on this channel is entirely free. In these sessions, we cover points that you will not find even in expensive courses. If the material is useful and practical for you, support us with your likes and comments. And after subscribing, make sure to activate the notification bell so you are always informed when new content is released. See you in the next session. Goodbye.